Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with all of my 2022 declutters. So this is all of the products that I have decluttered this past year. I have quite a few products to share with you. I have almost 50 products, so I'm excited to get into it. I'm happy that I'm getting rid of some makeup. Obviously it is nicer to finish up makeup, but some of these things are just really old. They're not my makeup style anymore, it's not products that I use, so it's time to let them go. But before I jump into the products that I have decluttered, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So I do have a list of things that I decluttered throughout the year, so they're basically somewhat in chronological order, not 100% but basically. And the first product I have to show you I can't find anywhere. I thought I kept all my declutters this year, but I just can't find this gloss, and that is the Revlon lip gloss in Adorn. If I can find a picture of it, I will insert it here. But it was just this kind of really bright hot pink lip gloss. It was quite pretty, but it was just one I didn't reach for very often, and it was also very old, so it was time to let that go. We have some more lip products that I decluttered earlier this year and I'm gonna go through as well. The next one is my Revlon matte balm in the shade Complex. This is just a nude shade, you can see it right here. This one is almost brand new. However, I panned one of these in the same color last year, so yeah, 2022 I believe, and it's just not a color that I absolutely love. I didn't really enjoy it that much, and I just felt like I'm not going to go through a whole one of these again, so I decided to declutter this one. I also decluttered my Rouge Edition Velvet in the shade Pink Pong. I used to love this color, however the formula has changed. It's just gone really kind of, it doesn't attach to my lips basically. It's not smooth anymore, it's not silky, and yeah, it was time to let this one go. And I have similar colors in my collection as well, so there's no problem really letting go of this one. Actually a quite similar color to that, a slightly bit more muted though. We have a Colourpop lipsticks, and this one of their matte X formulas in Mirror Mirror. You can see it right here. This one is just a bit too muted of what I like when it comes to bright colors like this. When I want something like bright and like pink like this, I want them either to be very bright or not as deep as this. So this was both a bit too muted as well as a bit too deep for what I like, so I let go of this one as well. Another lipstick I let go of because I have so many similar colors to it is my Estee Lauder lipstick in Power Play. I actually never used this one. I got it as a not a gift, but my friend, my old work friend, colleague, she let go of this one because she got it as a gift, but she's very particular with her makeup. She has very sensitive skin, so she's let go of everything that she didn't want, that wasn't like brands that she uses. And yeah, she hadn't used this one, she's let it go, and I grabbed it. However, I just decided I'm not going to use this because I have so many colors like this, and even if it is a nice formula, I'd rather pass this on when it's brand new than use it once or twice just to get a feel of it, so this one was let go as well. Then lastly, for lipstick this time around, we have a MAC lipstick in the shade Costa Chic. I was planning this one this year, but after summer I decided that this one was just not one I wanted to reach for anymore, or like end of summer. I got some decent use out of it though, but it's just very old and it's a frost finish, which isn't my favorite. I also have similar colors that I prefer to this, it just doesn't sit right on the lips for me, so yeah, I let go of this one too, and I'm gonna back to MAC this one as well as the other MAC products that I'm talking about in this video. The next product as well is one that I can't find, and it's a single eyeshadow that I cluttered. It is the shade Late Night. I think I rolled this into, was it my whole collection of product pan possibly? It was a product that I rolled this one into, and I just did not like reaching for it, so I decided to declutter this one as well. It was originally, I think, from the Element of Surprise palette, I believe, but yeah, I let go of this one, and again I can't find it, but if I have a picture I will insert it. The next product that I have that I let go of is one of my cream gel liners from Colourpop. I was planning to pan as much of these as I could this year, and when I was picking what shade to pan, I was going to go with this orange one here called Puppy. However, it's completely dried out, so I decided to declutter it. So yeah, this one is the next one. So next up we have some declutters that I did in a declutter video that I posted, I think in, was it in November I posted this one? This was my single and individual eyeshadow declutter. So I decluttered 5 Super Shock shadows. I have them right here. We have the shade Weenie, which is like a rose gold. We have the shade Prickly Pear, which is like a sparkly kind of purpley taupe shade. Then we have the shade Millionaire, which is a deep bronze. We have the shade Super Hardcore, which is a light kind of champagne shade. And then lastly, we have the shade Eye Candy, which is the light kind of lavender eyeshadow. With all of these, I just don't reach for them enough, and I have colors that I prefer to these, so that's why I decluttered these 5. Continuing on with the single eyeshadows that I decluttered, we have a Burberry eyeshadow in the shade Midnight Brown. This is a beautiful shade, and I haven't really used it that much, but I thought this would be something I can pass on to my mom. I think she would really enjoy this, and it's quite a fancy eyeshadow as well. And she doesn't really use that much makeup. I mean, she does, but she doesn't have that many different products, so I thought this would be a nice one to give to her. And since it's such a pristine condition, I thought I would let go of it rather than just keep it around and maybe use it once a year, you know. So that's the next product. We also have another powder eyeshadow that I'm letting go of. This is from MAC and it's in shade Moche. I got this as a gift and it pains me to let go of, but I just don't reach for these tones, and I have so many of them in my collection. This one is untouched as well, so I'd rather pass it on than hold on to it just for the sake of it. So this one is another one that's going to go. I have some kind of paint pot like products. We have 3 from Chanel to start with. The first one we have is in the shade Illusior, which is like a purpley shade. This one is completely dried out, so it's all 3 of these. That's kind of why I'm letting go of them. And I don't reach for potted colors like this, or potted cream eyeshadows like this very often. The other one is the shade Emerald, which is like a champagne shade. It's right there. Then my favorite out of the 3, which pains me a little bit to let go of, is the shade New Moon. This is like the first one that I had that got me into like really sparkly like shimmers with multicolored glitters in it. Like, it was my kind of first special shade, and I really love this one, but I have more special things now, and again it's very dried out. I do have 2 actual paint pots as well from MAC. We have the shade Vintage Selection, which is like a taupey kind of champagne color. Again, I just don't reach for these very often, and I don't especially reach for these ones that have shimmers in them. Sometimes I do reach for the ones that are more matte, but this one is going to go. Same with the shade Rubenesque. I like the theory of this. You can see how dried and cracked this one is as well. But yeah, this one is going to go because I don't reach for it very often. And then the last eyeshadows that I decluttered from that video is these 3 right here, which are my Kiko Milano eyeshadow sticks. I had them in 3 colors, which were 06, 05 and 21. You can see the colors right there. Again, I don't reach for these type of products, so that's why I'm letting go of these. So moving on to the next ones, we have the products that I decluttered in my blush declutter. That went live pretty recently. Might even have been in the video yesterday. But I did film that about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And the first product out of those is the blush in Matahari from NARS. This one is just, I have too many pink blushes like this, so this one has to go. I did a rundown with this one and another one from Max Factor, and I prefer the Max Factor one, so that's why I'm letting go of this one. It does pain me a little bit because I do love the NARS blushes, but yeah, this one just had to go. I'm also letting go of my 2 Benefit tints. We have the shade Poser Tint and Lolly Tint. I don't reach for my liquid blushes like this. If I want a cream blush, I usually use a lipstick because it works really well, and I have like all the variety I could ever need in there. So yeah, these 2 I just don't reach for. I also let go of my Clinique blush in the shade Berry Pop. It's just a bit too intense for me. I much prefer the shade, what's it called? Plum Pop, I think. That is much more my favorite, and again, this one is just too intense and too pink for what I like now. Then the last one I have is my Kiko Milano cream blush in Intuition Peach. It's one of the Glow Touch lips and cheeks. This one, if you saw that video, has gone very bad. It's very off, and I was going to declutter it anyway because I don't reach for it. But yeah, this one had to go because it has gone off. So next up we have a bunch of lipsticks that I decluttered. I'm just going to breeze through these because I went through while decluttering all of these in my last lipstick, or my Project Apocalypse finale, so you can check that video out if you want to see why I decluttered all of these. I did like a comparison, so you can see it there. But the first one I have is my YSL lipstick in number 39. No, sorry, 49, not 39. So that's the first one. Then we have my Prune lip liner from NYX. Letting go of that one. We have my YSL gloss in the shade 9, which is a red color. We have my Colourpop lipsticks in Glam Bag, which looks like this. We also have my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Tokyo, which is a light pink. We have my Sephora lip cream in 33, which is the light nude. And then we have my Academy of Color Metallic Liquid Lipstick. It doesn't have a name, it just looks like this. We have 4 more to go. The next one is from Chanel. This is one of the Rouge Edition Velvet. No, sorry, Rouge Allure Velvets in number 2. It looks like this. We have my MAC lipstick in Impassioned. We have another MAC lipstick being let go. Again, I'm going to back to MAC these, but that's the next one. We also have another Chanel lipstick, and this one is in the shade 138. This is one of their Rouge Allures. And then lastly for the lipsticks is one of my lipsticks again from Colourpop in the shade Sauce. So those are the next ones being decluttered. So the last two products we have before we move into the exciting part for me at least, which is palettes. We have these two right here, and that is my Colourpop Cream Gel Liners. We have the shade Boots and Teaspoon. Teaspoon I am still currently working on in my Rolling Project pan, but I'm going to let go of this one as soon as that's done, so I wanted to include it into this video, but it's like a pink and a green color. Then, like I said, we have 5 palettes that I'm letting go of. I'm very excited to be letting go of some palettes. I have way too many, and these are just ones that I don't love anymore. I did share them. I did actually film a palette collection video, and I share more why I decluttered these in there, as well as in my last palette on the shopping blog video. I also featured them there so you can see them, but I'm just going to breeze over them in this video. But the first one is my Prism palette from Anastasia. We have my Colourpop Flutterby. We have my Magic Mini palette from Juvia's Place. We also have my Tri palette from the Juvia's Place. And then lastly, for this video, we have my Sweet Indulgence palette from Sydney Grace. So those were all of the things that I am getting decluttered this year. On top of these, so these were 46 items in total, so pretty good. I'm really happy with that. Again, I would have preferred to use up some of these things, but these items are not things that I want to pan, and that's why I'm decluttering them, and I just don't need that many things in my collection. So 46 items decluttered. And on top of that, I also decluttered 54 additional singles. I did obviously feature the one I mentioned before, but I also decluttered 54 singles, which I did a video on. So if you want to see those exact singles, you can check that video out, because I just didn't want to bring them all out for this video. I think also some of them I have already destroyed to use the pans, so check out that video if you want to see those. But that is it for today, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I will catch you in my next video tomorrow, and I hope you're having a good day in the meantime. Bye guys.